Yeah, there's I'm just smoked. I'm pretty stoned because I just smoked some weed with a strange man named Ed in my garage. Just showed up.
When you say a strange man who showed up,
Yeah.
what is like? Do you have you met this person outside of this joint?
No, no,
You
this,
were standing in your garage,
and no, he was already
and
there when I walked into my garage.
what are you making this up? Is this just some weird shit that I have to deal with?
No, there's just a man named Ed in there, and he looked at me, and he's like, "Smoke up," and I was like, "Yeah, that's what I'm here to do," and he was like, "Smoke this stuff instead," and he gave me like some like medicinal grade stuff, and then I gave the bong to him, and I lit the bong for him because I'm his friend now, and and that was it. He's still out there. I just saw him.
What what do you mean in your garage?
Yeah, Ed. Not bad.
Okay, I don't understand because I don't believe you, but you also started telling me this while we weren't recording. So now I don't know what to think.
Okay, now I will tell you, but we're obviously not going to cut this in. It's that my in-laws have some fucking people over, and there's a guy named Ed in my garage, and they're hanging out. Like they're hanging out in the
Oh, okay.
garage, and that's where I
I see. Well, guess what? You've been trapped, buddy. I'm leaving it all in.
welcome back, Bandecfolks. You're tuned in to another reaction here on the Bandecfolks channel. I'm hanging out with Dude Boobly.
I'm Dude Boobly. That's what they call me down at the old corral.
I was hoping you were going to give me something.
Oh, of course. Where's my manners? I'm hanging out with Chief Constable.
And yeah, we're here reacting to Full of Hell. What's this tune called?
This song is called Doors to Mental Agony, which is a Full of Hell title if I've ever heard one.
Yes, Full of Hell. I've been like, talk about a band that just doesn't stop. They're just always touring and putting out records and writing music. The drummer is on Instagram playing these. Have you seen him on Instagram? He's just like playing these fucking.
I haven't seen them.
He's just. It doesn't even.
I'm familiar with their music, so I can't. I've never seen Full of Hell live, and I don't even ever think I've seen footage of it.
Really?
And I would be now that I think about it, I would really like to.
Their vocalist Dylan Walker is like one of the biggest influences on my vocal style. His just like piercing highs. I have actually had the pleasure to see Full of Hell live. I saw them with Nails and God's Hate. Can you believe that? It was incredible.
I love when Dylan does features on other people's songs too, because like again, Full of Hell has such a distinct sound to it that it's fun to hear him on things that are a little more slammy, a little more moshy. This is not a band for moshers. This is
no, they put on a
this
crazy
is way
show
too
live.
fast.
You know what's?
I bet.
So like, I don't even know if they have inner ear monitors. They've just played so much like music together that like they just look at each other and just go like it just like start like they don't fucking chime in. It's just like, you know how there's like normally like like, or like at least
Yeah.
no, they literally like
No counting.
stare at each other like no blinking and just go like like it's crazy. Like, and
they must practice like crazy.
That's what I mean. They're touring always, and like they're a band that doesn't like to do a day off, and if they do, they try to find another show. Grindcore, deathcore, not deathcore, grindcore, noise, death metal influence. I don't know. They're pulling from a lot of
feedback soaked death metal, but faster. When I think of grindcore, I think of a very specific sound. You know what I mean? And this is definitely a lot more interesting and dynamic and noise heavy than
riffs.
that.
There's riffs.
Oh, there's riffs. They just play them for 4 seconds. Yeah, I don't think we need to preamble too much. I'm pretty sure everything we're saying about this band is going to speak for itself, unless this is their first acoustic song, Phil. Doors to Mental Agony, the first Full of Hell acoustic song. Maybe it's a piano ballad. From the Second Story Window did it, and that's one of my favorite songs by them is Ghosts Over Japan. So maybe this is a Full of Hell piano ballad. Who knows?
Who knows? I'm betting the
Well, we'll
house.
find out.
I'm
That's
betting
what
the
we're
house.
literally what we're here to do. What did you say? Cat in the
This
House?
is I'm betting the house.
He had a hat, Phil. It was Cat in the Hat. Okay, now my brain's wandering like it'd be doing. Do you remember the show Flavor of Love?
Like with Flava Flav?
Of course. Who else? Yeah, no, with Gordon Ramsay. Yeah, Flavor of Love. I loved that show. Do you remember that he would name the girls? Like she'd be like, "I'm Brittany." He's like, "Nah, you ass cheeks." Like that's like yeah, like literally what he did.
No,
Do you remember that?
no, I don't remember that.
There were these twins that showed up on the second season, and he named them Thing 1 and Thing 2. Flavor of Love was so ahead of its time. Interestingly slammy, groovy, and more reserved for a Full of Hell track. I just finished talking about how it's not really a moshy band, and that's just a pure groove, man. That's some pitch shit. This is very much unlike most Full of Hell songs. Like this is there's a little room here to actually do a little slam dancing. So wonder if they'll pick up the tempo.
We'll see.
They picked up the tempo. That was the fake out of the century, dude. That just the breakdown build up to hit you with that, and then to accompany it with such like a chaotic, like hard to look at visual too. Oh my god, that's why I love this band. It's again, we were talking about this in the Kei Inashi React that I can only assume you guys have seen by now. Good god. I love the rare treat of getting to hear a band where you truly don't know what's gonna happen next. Like most songs, like we were saying before, like you can get a pretty good idea within the first 30 seconds what you're getting. But with bands like Full of Hell, like it's like an album is an absolute experience. It's it keeps your attention the same way like a good movie does, where you're like, oh, like I'm so curious what's going to happen next.
They do some weird things, and you never really know what to expect from the band, but yeah, and you know what's awesome about their records? They're like only like 20 minutes long. Like they're not very like they're in and out, and then like you can jam them like real quick.
Yeah, they're also always doing splits with interesting bands. I think they did one with Primitive Man. They've done a couple with The Body, which is like The Body is like primarily like an electronic group, right? And they just come together and create some like wild wall of sound stuff. Like, yeah, they're such a cool band. I'm really excited for this album. My caveman brain wants the mosh parts, and they dole them out in measly little crumbs. I appreciate that band so much. And I appreciate people who watch our videos, just like you. Thank you for checking this out. What did you guys think? Let us know in the comments. We read them all for some reason. Give us a like if you like this video. It really helps out with the algorithm. If you would like to be a super duper nice person, you can hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. That also really helps us out. If you produce and master your own music or anything like that, we have a discount on Lander stuff in our description. And we also have a join button. So if, you got money burning a hole in your pocket and you want to toss us two old bones, we'll take you bones. We'll take your bones and we'll put it to good use, we promise.
Yeah.
Do the Nardwar thing.
Doot doodaloo doo. I can't tell.